Britney Spears' dad Jamie Spears has reportedly agreed to step down as his daughter's conservator, new court documents have revealed. Britney Spears' dad Jamie Spears has decided to step down as her conservator, according to reports. In new legal documents obtained by TMZ, Jamie's lawyer is said to have stated, there are, in fact, no actual grounds for suspending or removing Mr. Spears as the conservator of the estate, and it is highly debatable whether a change in conservator at this time would be in Ms. Spears' best interests. The document reportedly goes on to hit back at what Jamie Spears claims are unjustified attacks, which have been aimed at him amid the Free Britney movement. It adds, nevertheless, even as Mr. Spears is the unremitting target of unjustified attacks, he does not believe that a public battle with his daughter over his continuing service as her conservator would be in her best interests. So, even though he must contest this unjustified petition for his removal, Mr. Spears intends to work with the court and his daughter's new attorney to prepare for an orderly transition to a new conservator. The document, which has emerged following the Toxic singer's push to have her dad removed as her conservator, continues, regardless of his formal title, Mr. Spears will always be Ms. Spears' father, he will always love her unconditionally, and he will always look out for her best interests. So, even though he must contest this unjustified petition for his removal, Mr. Spears intends to work with the court and his daughter's new attorney to prepare for an orderly transition to a new conservator. The document, which has emerged following the Toxic singer's push to have her dad removed as her conservator, continues, regardless of his formal title, Mr. Spears will always be Ms. Spears' father, he will always love her unconditionally, and he will always look out for her best interests. The U.S. media outlet goes on to report that the document also criticizes Britney's mother Lynn Spears. It claims she had little involvement in the conservatorship and Britney's life for the past 13 years. Jamie's lawyer reportedly claims that Lynn's credibility in the legal battle is limited because Britney refused to see her mother when she was in a mental health facility in 2019. The document goes on to argue that Jamie saved Britney when she was in crisis, desperately in need of help while struggling in the public eye. It claims, not only was she suffering mentally and emotionally, she was also being manipulated by predators and in financial distress. Mr. Spears came to his daughter's rescue to protect her. Britney's lawyer Matt Rosengart told TMZ in light of the news, "We are pleased but not necessarily surprised that Mr. Spears and his lawyer finally recognized that he must be removed. We are disappointed, however, by their ongoing shameful and reprehensible attacks on Ms. Spears and others." Rosengart added to the media outlet, "We look forward to continuing our vigorous investigation into the conduct of Mr. Spears, and others, over the past 13 years, while he reaped millions of dollars from his daughter's estate, and I look forward to taking Mr. Spears' sworn deposition in the near future." In the interim, rather than making false accusations and taking cheap shots at his own daughter, Mr. Spears should step aside immediately. The news comes after Britney's co-conservator Jody Montgomery claimed that doctors and therapists believed it was in Britney's best interests for Jamie to be removed as her conservator. The pop star has been fighting to have Jamie removed as her conservator for years, and recently branded his control of her affairs abusive. Britney, 39, has been under a legal conservatorship since 2008. In June, Britney claimed the conservatorship has controlled every aspect of her life, including her birth control, medication, whether she could get married, and what color her kitchen cabinet could be in her house. Following her explosive claims in court, Jamie Spears filed a petition to investigate her comments. In his filing, Britney's father and his team asked the court to investigate the veracity of the allegations and claims made by Ms. Spears, all of which he has denied.